What we're using is a new rugged flex rod from Emmrod, and in this particular setup he's added a larger handle on the front, so we've got place for some some heavy duty pulling if we need to do it, and we still have a relatively short butt section so it doesn't get caught in our shirt sleeves too easily. And what we've got is a 4-coil rod. This will give us about 25 pounds of pull, and we're using a super spook. And this lure weighs almost an ounce. And as far as casting distance, just a light toss and we're getting more than enough distance. And then what we're going to do is work this back with twitches of the rod tip and then turn the reel handle, and that causes the lure to walk through the water, which hopefully will attract a good sized fish. And with the spring action of this rod, it's very easy to do the walking and not wear yourself out. Well, that's just fun to reel in. As far as technique to cast this, what I'm doing is side arming this out. And we've got, as I said earlier, we got a 4-coil rod, but with a bait that weighs nearly an ounce. All we have to do is when we come back with our back cast, is you can feel the rod flex and load, and then you just guide it forward and the lure is released. It's just catapulted. So we'll try that. We'll just let it go, and we just cleared a cast that was probably in the range of 140, 150 with no effort. That was just a sidearm toss with tremendous distance. And that's one of the advantages to these rods. And the other nice thing too is you can power a long cast out there, and you might be in a crowded boat at the time with 2 or 3 anglers, and you don't have to worry about hooking somebody. And we'll get this back in, and we'll try another toss, clear off a little bit of that grass. And once again, it's just a matter of following the arc of the bait as it goes out. You'll notice I'm kind of aiming at it with the rod tip, and it just goes as far as we need it to. I mean, if it had gone very much farther, I would have been pulling out of the grass on the edge of that island. This time what we're throwing is one of the new pack rods, another new rod from Emmrod. And what we've done is done a short handle on it, so when you're gripping it to cast, you've got nothing at all behind which can catch your sleeve or anything. And this is just real convenient in a tight space, because if you're a little bit larger in the gut, you won't stick yourself quite as easily. But it's light, it's small, it's convenient, and then on the retrieve, you do 2 fingers in front of the trigger and 2 fingers in back. You got nothing to get in the way. And we're running this with a light, low-profile casting reel. Works real well in this type of outfit. And we're using one of the 8-coil rods. So essentially what I'm fishing with is a medium light bait caster. And I'm using a prop bait, which means it has a propeller on the front and on the back. And when I pull it through the water, it throws a little bit of spray in the air. What we're using here is basically an inshore spinning outfit. This is the new Emmrod handle with the double hooded reel seat. We have a short piece of cork on the back, and we're using this with a 7-coil rod, which approximates a medium light spinning outfit for inshore use. And then as far as the lure, we're using what's called a Miradine, and this is from the L&S Bait Company, Miro Lure, up in Largo, Florida. And this particular plug weighs about 1/4 of an ounce, and it'll sink very, very slowly, and it's a twitch bait. So we just give it twitches as we work it back, and it has a little rattle in it. We're running 10-pound fire line as our main line, and a piece of 20-pound fluorocarbon as a leader. When people start out with these rods, it's better to do it overhand, and really it's all in the wrist with these spinning rods. And it's just a matter of rolling your wrist and following the cast out, and you get plenty of distance with these. This is much more a close quarters outfit than the bait caster, because the bait caster, you need some room to get things moving. With these little spinning rods, with the right amount of weight, you can just actually cast it from in front of your nose for short distance accuracy if you have to. Let's see what this is. Oh, look at that one.
That's a nice Spanish.
I haven't caught a Spanish that big in a long time. Okay, hold. There we go. Had to get a hold of them. See those teeth? They will hurt you.